We begin tonight with breaking news. First responders are currently on scene at a car accident that's closed off a major street and sent one person to the hospital. At least one person has been ejected from a vehicle that crashed into a pole. You can see from the video in the background, at least one car has crashed and rolled over about 1 block south of North Avenue. Police officials say North Avenue to Gunnison is closed in both directions and Belford is closed from 11th Street to 12th Street. The Grand Junction Police Department and Fire Department are still on scene. We will give you details once they become available. A man is dead tonight following an officer-involved shooting at St. Mary's Pavilion. Shortly before 10 a.m., police were notified that someone had entered the building and pointed a gun at employees. Police say officers confronted the armed man, which led to the shooting. The suspect was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. His identity has yet to be released. Authorities say no officers were injured in the shooting and no employees or patients were harmed. As a precaution, the entire St. Mary's campus was put into a shelter in place while officers conducted a search of the pavilion and escorted people out. At this time, the pavilion is still closed. Patient appointments will be rescheduled. The investigation is still in its early stages, and officials are asking anyone with information or video of this incident to call the witness tip line at 970-244-3526. With wildfires still raging in surrounding areas, Colorado 139 and Douglas Pass will remain closed through at least tomorrow. KREX 5's Riley Spence has more.
Crews continue to work on putting out the Oil Springs fire in Rio Blanco County, which has now burned up to 12,700 acres, with 155 personnel responding. With the fire still encroaching on roadways, the Colorado Department of Transportation says Colorado 139 near Loma will remain closed until at least Friday evening.
But this fire is very active, and weather conditions in general encourage fire activity right now. So I would plan on having an alternate route if we're not reopening on Friday.
Should the road remain closed through Friday, CDOT will provide another update for travelers on Saturday morning. While the Oil Springs fire continues to burn, rainy days and crews' efforts to contain the wild cow fire have both largely contributed to its conditions slowly improving. The wild cow fire near Garfield County has now burned over 500 acres with 54 personnel on the scene, but is close to containment.
With the recent weather that came in, we got some humidity, temperatures cooled down, so the fire behavior really decreased.
Officials say that unlike the Oil Springs fire, it will not require any road closures right now. CDOT is keeping a close eye on the status of the Oil Springs fire and plans to reopen it as soon as it is safe to do so.
So by having that alternate route in mind, that can make your life a little easier if the closure continues, but also make sure that we're not putting extra pressure on crews when it's just not safe to be driving on the road at this time.
With active wildfires and storms approaching, remember to check road and weather conditions before traveling. First on the Western Slope for KREX 5 News, I'm Riley Spence.
Meanwhile, the Muddy Slide fire in southern Routt County quadrupled in size Wednesday night to about 4,000 acres. And with minimal growth on Thursday, it's now 4,100 acres. Voluntary evacuations are in place for some areas along County Road 16. Routt County is now under Stage 2 fire restrictions. And the West Fire in Moffett County grew another 300 acres overnight, burning a total of more than 3,400 acres. Crews have made progress on the fire recently, and it's now 50% contained. Officials say the fire crossed into Wyoming earlier this week, but has not grown in the last day. Stage 2 fire restrictions are going into place for Rio Blanco and Moffett counties today. Utah's Pat Creek fire is now 73% contained. The fire started about 20 miles west of the Mesa and Montrose County borders and is now 12 miles to our west. The fire has burned just under 9,000 acres but has not grown in about 3 days. This video shows the fire and smoke in the National Forest area from late last week. Some areas of the fire which are still burning are on the mountainside too steep for crews to reach safely. Officials say Pat Creek started from an unattended campfire on June 9th. 169 total personnel are assigned to the fire. And now Chief Meteorologist Russ Pappas joins the conversation. Russ, will the current storm systems move through some of these areas with wildfires?
Oh, that's the greatest news I could share with you. Thank you, Rob, for that intro. We've already had storms moving through. We did it yesterday, we did it tonight, and the key phrase is minimal wildfire growth as a result of the increased humidity, as a result of rain on the ground. Very beneficial for those wildland firefighters in the areas where fires are going. Across the state, in fact, we've been receiving some rain showers, so that is the greatest news. We're going to continue with this stormy pattern, but it gets a little bit isolated, and as a tendency, it gets a little complicated, so I'm going to break it down for you in the full forecast. But right now, we're post-storm. We're very cool. Normally, we're in the 80s, especially a couple weeks ago when we were coming off of the 100-degree days. We were still hitting 90 degrees at 9 o'clock. Now we're in the 60s. Now we have light winds. Relatively manageable evening. And when you look at the high temperatures for the entire state today, yeah, the entire state getting some rain showers. The Front Range under some severe thunderstorm watches. So I'll talk more about in detail what we can anticipate through the weekend and into next week. Stay right there.
Thank you, Russ. And now on to a big story in national news. A Minnesota judge sentenced former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin to 22.5 years in prison for the murder of George Floyd, whose death sparked nationwide protests and a global reckoning on racial justice. Michael George is in Minneapolis with the latest.
Judge Peter Cahill said he was following the law, not public opinion, emotion, or sympathy, as he sentenced Derek Chauvin to 22.5 years behind bars.
This is based on your abuse of a position of trust and authority, and also the particular cruelty shown to George Floyd.
Chauvin's sentence fell short of the 30 years prosecutors had asked for in the killing of George Floyd on May 25th of last year.
9.5 minutes of cruelty to a man who was helpless. I want to give my condolences to the Floyd family.
Moments before he was sentenced, the convicted former officer briefly broke his silence.
There's going to be some other information in the future that would be of interest.
Chauvin did not elaborate. Defense attorney Eric Nelson had asked for probation, and Chauvin's mother made a plea for mercy.
I will not be able to see Derek, talk to him on the phone, or give him our special hug.
What were you thinking?
In their victim impact statements, George Floyd's brothers urged the maximum.
I haven't had a real nice sleep because of the nightmares I constantly have hearing my brother beg and plead for his life over and over again.
Floyd's 7-year-old daughter Gianna spoke by video.
I miss you and I love you.
Outside the courthouse here in Minneapolis, the Reverend Al Sharpton told the gathered crowd the sentence was not a cause for celebration.
Justice would have been George Floyd never have been killed. Justice would have been the maximum.
Good behavior could allow Chauvin to be paroled after serving about 15 years in prison. Michael George, CBS News, Minneapolis.
We've just entered the 100 deadliest days for teenagers. Officials say the summer months typically generate a 21% spike in teen-related traffic fatalities. Distracted driving is the leading cause of traffic deaths for teenagers. According to the National Road Safety Foundation, the summer season is the most dangerous time for teen motorists, and that's due to driving more, extra time with friends, and cell phones. Authorities say Colorado is up 4% from last year's 567 traffic deaths, with more than a dozen of them being teenagers. They're urging parents and teens alike to work together to make this the safest summer ever.
We've got to talk to our young people when they get the keys to the car and explain to them about safe driving and say, look, I'm not trying to hassle you. I'm not trying to give you a hard time. I love you. I want you to be safe.
An estimated 1,200 young people will die on our roads this summer, so please drive safely. The highly contagious Delta variant is spreading across the western slope. Both Garfield and Delta counties are seeing surges of the variant, which was first seen in Colorado when it emerged right here in Mesa County. Mesa County Public Health says the Delta variant carries nearly double the risk of hospitalization compared to the original COVID-19 strain. 5 Mesa County residents tested positive for the Delta variant on May 6th. Now the known number of cases has climbed to 297. Public Health believes the number of cases within the county is actually much higher. The health department says the rapid spread of the variant and cases in neighboring communities most likely trace back right here to Mesa County. Spokesperson for Mesa County Public Health provided a statement saying, quote, "There's evidence that isolates in Mesa and the surrounding areas are closely related," adding it's likely that Delta cases in neighboring counties came from Mesa. And if you got Luke Combs, Toby Keith, or Carrie Underwood stuck in your head, country music might be your jam. The Country Jam Festival is wrapping up day 2 of the concerts, and our Cora Dickey got to see how artists and attendees are loving its return.
A Colorado favorite comes back with the twang of country western. Starting as a concert series in the 90s, Country Jam has grown into Colorado's biggest festival for country music and camping. After getting canceled last year, fans are dancing the weekend away knowing Country Jam is back.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing, and I feel like everyone's vibing so differently because we've been going through this pandemic together as a whole, and now we're all coming out and engaging in country music.
While fans from near and far are stoked to enjoy the festival, organizers want to stay safe and prepared for anything. No matter the weather, singer-songwriter Lainey Wilson feels that performing at huge venues like Country Jam is a great return to live music.
The music industry has definitely took a big old hit for sure, but yeah, we're back and we're going to be better and stronger than we ever have. I mean, I'll tell you what, I've missed it so much, and even just being here, not even playing the show just yet, I feel like has already done my soul some good, and I think it's going to do everybody some good.
Within 3 days, Country Jam features 24 artists, including superstar headliners. The return of the festival results in sold-out shows every day on the Country Jam Ranch. Reporting first on the Western Slope, Cora Dickey, KREX5 News.
And when we come back, Chief Meteorologist Russ Pappas has your full weather forecast. Don't go anywhere.